Checking connection. Ah. Ooh, there we go. Now it's working. Now I see myself. Could you guys see, like, was it working? Or is my phone just a hunk of shit? I don't know. I would like to know. Hello. Hi, everyone. We're back. I'm going to add a chair. Meow, 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 meow. Hi. Hello. Hi, all you sweet people. Ta-da.
Part 2.
Yeah. Take 2.
Take 2.
It kind of hurt because I'm real sunburnt.
For everyone who's just tuning in.
Yeah. Coming to you live. Quarantine. How are you? Like, how is quarantine life for you?
You know, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, and I think we're all kind of having good days and bad days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating a lot of things.
Yes. What's your go-to snack during quarantine? I know you got the popcorn machine. Have you been...
You know, so I ordered a commercial popcorn machine because why not? You know,
just because.
Just because. Period. Go-to snack. Yesterday, I ordered a dozen of Krispy Kreme glazed donuts. Now, let me tell you about this original glazed donuts that I ordered. Postmates ain't shit because normally they're like, what, $10 for a dozen? They're charging like $27 because they know I will do it. And I did it. And I might do it again this week. Like, it still hit. It was still good. So that was yesterday, dozen of donuts. I mean, it's all willy-nilly. I've done Sour Patch Kids, popcorn.
That's a good look.
I've been making Shirley Temples.
Ooh.
It's like I'm getting creative at this point. It's like my grandma sent me recipes of like pies and cakes.
What?
Like, what is nutrition?
I don't know. We don't know who that is.
Greens. Like, yeah, I don't know. What are you eating?
Everything. I mean, at this point, like, I might eat this water bottle after I drink it.
Yeah.
This pillow. I mean, Drew's kind of starting to look like a snack.
Always a snack. Drew's always a snack.
He's a snack and a snack. He's a snack attack. Snack pack. Wow, that's a lot of words. No, I really like, I think I intended, like, at the beginning of this, I was like, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life.
Yes.
Use this quarantine to my advantage.
Yes.
By the end of this, I'm going to be like The Rock. No, that's bad. I want to be like Zac Efron in Baywatch. And then
Prime Zac.
Yeah. Like the real deal Zac. And it didn't happen. I've been eating a lot of pizza. We talk about John and Vinny's.
Yes, John and Vinny's. Shout out to John and Vinny's. They know what they're doing.
They got it. It's a science over there, John and Vinny's.
Yeah. There was also Joe's Pizza. Was that Joe's?
Joe's Pizza. Yep, Joe's Pizza.
Put me onto that. Check.
What else have I had? Oh, that Chinese place, that little joint I was telling you about.
Oh yeah.
Formosa. You got to get on that.
We've got levels to the madness.
Options.
The thing about it is, like, this can be a good thing and a bad thing, but I think you still have time. You know, you have time to do a full 360. You know,
I've got space.
You've got space. Yes, you do.
In my pants, like literal waist space.
Yes.
Got to lose some.
Ooh.
All right, let's see if these people can guess what the snack that I eat the most is.
Yeah, someone said Hollywood watch party tonight. It's happening. It is.
I'm gonna be there.
You'll be there?
I'm gonna be live tweeting.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be creeping. Fun. I already watched it, but I'll watch it again. You know how it works.
Watch it again. 3-4.
3-4.
We can hang. Quarantine hangs.
Yeah.
Can you do a little hi, Ella? Cheez-Its. People are guessing. They know you mess with Cheez-Its.
It's wild.
And milk? You drink milk?
Okay, so that's Nick. So Nick plays Barry in the show, and Nick has a infatuation with milk. It's how he gets into character. It's how he creates Barry. Very, very strange process. He plays the Got Milk theme song in his trailer before he starts. But it works.
By process, you know?
Yes. Yeah, it does. It works. Okay. I have a picture I want to show you, and I'm going to show the world real quick.
Show and tell.
So this is a pre-quarantine adventure that Jared and I had. and it's really funny. And I want to bring it out. I want to.
You want to leak it? Go ahead and leak it. What is this?
It's gonna be a leak. Which one do I want? All right, let's stay.
Johnny Rockets.
We went to the Johnny of Rockets, and
Wait, that was actually a pretty epic day, I want to say.
yeah,
I think I hit you up and was like, "Do you want to go to Dave and Buster's?" And you were like, "I'm on my way."
yeah.
We went to Dave and Buster's. Well,
Played air
first we got Auntie Anne's. First of all, let's get this straight.
Yeah.
I grew up saying
Auntie Annie's.
Auntie Annie's.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
Totally wrong.
Anne's?
Aunt Anne's.
Who is
It's a
that?
hot debate. It's a hot debate.
Who is she?
I don't know. Never met her.
Every time we went to the mall, Florida Mall, Millennium Mall,
Mhm.
you know, it was you get there, you go get your Auntie Annie's cinnamon
Mhm.
sugar. That's just
Yeah.
what they're. Or if you're feeling salt, like
Just
original
fill your
salt,
cup. Mhm.
yeah, get the cup. But I
Mhm.
realized recently it's Aunt Anne's.
That hurts.
It
Like,
hurts. I feel
oh my God.
betrayed. I feel lied to.
I don't know Anne.
I
know
don't know. I
Auntie
thought
Annie.
my auntie was Annie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
It's like
anyways, we got Auntie Annie's. We went to Dave and Buster's.
I almost ran through a glass
You
door.
almost ran through a glass door. You
Jeremy
did.
saved my
I
life.
saved your life.
Yep.
We played air hockey. We
Mhm.
balled out.
We did.
And then it was like Johnny
She was-
Rockets. And
It was
that
right
photo,
there. Yeah.
that woman
Oh
who
yeah, she was like,
doesn't work at
you
Johnny
tell it.
Rockets was like, "Can I take your photo?" And of course, I'm like, "Yeah, let's get it."
Mhm.
And then she starts asking for money.
Yeah. We're like, huh?
Oh well, no, we just I don't know, we didn't. Oh, black and white,
We're
wanted.
wanted. So
Then we switched up the pose. Oh, she took a couple. I remember
Yeah.
that. It was kind of like a photo session, right quick.
And then photo number 3.
We didn't give her money. She
No.
walked away disappointed, but then she came back and was like, "I'm just gonna throw them away anyways."
Yeah, she's like, I'm going home. So
Yeah.
here you go. Congratulations. So
Shout out to her. Thank you.
yeah,
for
I was
the
gonna
photo.
say shout out
Memories
to
last
you.
always.
Oh man, that was a good one. Wanted to do a coming to you first, Johnny Rockets live.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to ask you a little bit about the show because as you know, because I FaceTimed you crying, I loved it. I'm not going to leak anything. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think it's such an important show because there's so many different messages within the message of what you guys are telling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think diving into that is such an important thing to have. And a lot of people that follow me in particular, and hopefully people that are, tuning into the show as well, have had a lot of questions about the work and about the job and how you kind of go about doing what you do and what is your process and things like that. But I think one thing that I want to ask that I'll just like throw right off the top was what was the process? Like, how were you approached for this? Like, how did this all come about?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's not even a year ago.
Mhm.
You get so many auditions and,
Right.
kind of making self-tapes, going in, and
Mhm.
I got this project or this email for this project, Untitled Ryan Murphy Project. I knew who Ryan Murphy was, have some friends that have worked on his shows,
Right.
but there wasn't a lot of information about this specific project. It just said kind of an old Hollywood themed show.
Right.
It was like the character Archie, an aspiring screenwriter.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like, all right. And again, the sides that they gave us, and sides are most times they'll send you, lines from the show. If people don't know what sides
Right.
are, they'll send you lines or a scene from a show and they ask you to prepare.
Mhm.
So most times it's from the actual show that you're doing, so you can kind of get a gist of what the character is.
Right.
Anyways, there was no script, so I was just sent these sides that had nothing to do with our show that we created. And they were like, invest in this character and make a good self-tape. Well, I guess I did all right. And it was like the next day I got a call and Ryan Murphy wanted to offer me this project. Again, we still did not know what it was.
Right.
But long story short, me and Ryan Murphy met. We talked about this revisionist history idea that he had, create, kind of rewriting the wrongs for these people, these underdogs. And I was really, instantly inspired and wanted to be a part of it without even reading the script. I think Ryan Murphy is such a visionary and, has such a staple for an aesthetic.
Yes.
But it felt like, when you're reading projects and, you just want to do stuff that says stuff or that means something to you or that you can connect to. And I really felt connected to this character, to Archie, to Hollywood, to wanting to be a part of the industry. I feel like, we are in that boat now. We're like, just on the come up of it all, and so I just thought it was really cool and inspiring, and you know, then the journey kind of began.
Yeah. Were you intimidated at all when you got the information about Archie and kind of his character arc and the direction that it was going to go?
Yeah,
Um, because, it does start out, Archie is obviously a sex worker.
sex worker.
So how how is how was that something that you took and then crafted that into what obviously we now see on screen?
Yeah, well, one thing I loved about us talking about the sex work was it wasn't looked down upon.
Right.
And one thing about Archie is he is very confident. He
Hmm.
is bold. He's daring. He 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 is not ashamed of anything he has to do,
Right.
and he is not ashamed of who he is and what he does
Hmm.
to get the things that he needs.
Hmm.
Um, I was nervous because I know Ryan Murphy goes there. I was
Yeah.
like, the first thing, one of my first questions was like, how much nudity? Because
Right.
I know there's
Yeah. Yeah.
nudity in most of
Hmm.
Ryan Murphy's project, but it's like,
Sure.
how much? That
Hmm.
felt like the most vulnerable thing that I could
Sure.
do. And what are my parents going to think, and my mom, and all of
Yeah.
that. And he was very protective, and it
Hmm.
was very collaborative. And again, I just trusted him. We had that initial conversation. He told me what he wanted to do with the show. I felt and I heard his heart and how passionate he was about it. And
Yeah.
so you just kind of trust, you just trust that the journey is going to be what it is and you'll be taken care of.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting to watch from, and I mean, obviously, we've talked so much through the process of you working and then watching the show kind of pre-release a little bit,
Yeah,
and how, although that was a major focal point of the character, there was this almost like unrelenting realization that this wasn't the be all ends all for Archie, and that it never at any point was he defined by his work at that stage. So it's really cool that obviously you and Ryan have that type of relationship to where you can curate something together and
yeah,
creatively collaborate on something that is pushing story versus defining story, and
absolutely.
allowing yourself as a character to not be defined in a moment versus the entire arc of the
Yeah,
show,
for
which was
sure.
really cool to see. And then obviously, I always want to talk way deeper into the season, but like it's only been out for a couple days, so
I
I'm
know,
gonna leave
right?
it at that. I'm gonna leave it
Leave it
at
at
that.
that. Leave it at that. Leave it at
Um,
that.
uh, let's see. There's some more that I wanted to ask you about the show. What was it like collaborating with Ryan? And I know obviously you worked with Janet
Yeah.
as well, and I'm Janet
We
fangirl
love
by
Janet
all
Mock.
means.
Janet Mock. If you don't
Janet's
know her,
great.
Google her. She's
We had a good
incredible.
time at what
Golden
is it?
Globes.
Golden
Golden Globes
Globes.
weekend.
Yeah.
You had a boot. You were wearing a
Hmm.
boot at the
I
time.
wore a boot to the Golden Globes after party.
This is
That
before
was
any of our shows had come out, so
yep.
we're just kind
Oh
of
yeah.
just
Let's
kind of
both
hanging
spread.
out.
I'll confirm.
No, Ryan is great. I mean, he obviously created Hollywood. He
Hmm.
directed episode 1,
Hmm.
so he was very hands on. He's king of aesthetic. He knows what he
Hmm.
wants. He's a visionary in that aspect. So it was great. I got to work with Darren Chris,
Hmm.
David Cornsfield. I mean, the cast is just so great, and it's. I think you can understand this. Like, it's nothing like just finding that good group of people that are there to like
Right.
make the work good, and also like you can have a good time off camera as well.
Right.
I felt that
Hmm.
love just hanging out with a few of your cast members, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
just like good times and such a good vibe, and
Hmm.
it makes you excited to go to work. And
Yeah.
and then I think on top of that, when you're doing something or breaking the mold, or I think for a lot of us, like at least for me, it was
Hmm.
my first opportunity at a TV show. It was my
Yeah.
TV debut, so I just felt
Hmm.
embraced and loved, and it was like a really really good time. I was never intimidated. Ryan never intimidated me. Some people ask me that, like, were you nervous? And I was like,
Yeah.
I was never scared. But no, he was all love. It was all like
Yeah.
such a good vibe. We all wanted it to be, a really special project.
Hmm.
We wanted to like articulate that and create that narrative and share that with the world.
Hmm. Yeah. I think it's really cool. And for those that don't know, obviously Jeremy comes from a theater background. He spent a
Yeah.
lot of time in New York, two-time Tony Nom. Just to
Woo.
brag a little bit about the boy.
Thanks, bro.
So yeah, just plugging a little bit. You got to do it.
Little,
You got to do what you got to do. Little
yeah, yeah, yeah. There it
uh,
is.
plugging it in. No, I think it's really cool to see not only the fact that you came from the background that you did, but also going kind of back to that Ryan being the you know so aesthetically pleasing. I think sometimes, especially in TV, right, when we try to do these timepieces where you're going back to a specific time in history, it can sometimes feel falsified, right?
Yeah.
And with what you guys did, it was so spot on. Like I'm such a cinema nerd, you know this. Like I look for
Yes.
the
Yeah.
stupidest of details when it comes to this stuff. I couldn't find anything that I
Mhm.
was like, that's probably a modern thing, or oh, that's something that you would maybe see in today's day and age. Like it was done all the way down to even the characters and the character development, the movements, the nuances in the characters. It was so beautiful to see a timepiece done in a way that one is fictional, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the most important thing that we have to absolutely touch on is that you guys did a timepiece that was fictional that almost felt like a documentary in the sense that
Mhm.
everything was so authentic and organic in the ways that it was to the point to where you sort of lose touch with reality. And
Yeah.
I think Ryan has done a really good job of that on all of the shows, whether it be, the American Crimes or the American Horror Stories
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
whatever have you. But this for me was one of those rare moments where I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm fangirling so hard because it's your show. And you're getting to work with incredible, talented people across the board. Like you were saying some of the cast, but not only that, like it's great to work with people, but to have a world around you that is so grounded in a reality that you lose track of it being a fictional series is
Yeah.
so cool. And I was so happy for you to have that, um,
I mean,
kind of
truly,
opportunity.
I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your support, and
Hmm.
you know, I mean, really, it just blows my mind that we're having this conversation because it's
It's really
like
weird.
to know the journey that we've both been on and the self tapes
Yeah.
that we've sent each other. Like,
Hmm.
hey, is this
Hey, does
good? Should
this
I
suck?
submit?
Like, can you just be
Am
honest
I
with me? Like,
trash? Question mark.
should I quit? Should I
Yeah,
just
will I
should I
ever
call it a
work
day?
or no? You know what I
Mm,
mean? And just like
no.
to have this moment, and I remember you telling me about when you booked the show, and that kind of happened so quick for you because next thing I
Yeah.
know, you were like not in LA anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone called.
No.
And to
You're
now,
fine.
just I remember like playing your show,
Mm,
and it's like you're narrating the whole thing.
yeah. I'm
First of
like,
all, I'm
hey, Chase.
obsessed. I'm obsessed with the cast. You guys are like, you guys are it. Even in the first episode, in the first 4 minutes of your show, I
Mm,
immediately know who each of your characters are and who you play in each other's lives, and I love that. I feel like
thank you.
I'm already invested. You guys are in this abandoned house. You being so reckless, and then
Mm,
I was just on the ride for the show, and I just thought that was so cool. Obviously, I will support you in everything you do,
mhm.
and it's just been amazing to watch. Stop crying. It's been amazing to just watch people like fall in love with you, your heart, your cast, because it's
Thank you.
authentic and it's genuine, and you guys want to do good work and mean good,
Mm,
and that's just really inspiring and so cool. You like want good people to win, So I'm
yeah.
so happy for you. It still blows my mind that we both have our shows out and like you drop yours and 2 weeks
Yeah.
later I drop mine and
It makes no sense. I mean, we've kind of talked about this a little bit, but to do it in the fashion that it's being done right now, and then to give a temporary relief to this like crazy pandemic that we're going through,
yeah,
um, and to do it in the ways that it's been done is just it's almost like you kind of just look up and you're like, is this like when is Ashton Kutcher going to come out and punk
yeah,
me? You know what I'm saying? Like
gotcha.
it just yeah, like
No, honestly, it's
um,
crazy.
I just almost threw my phone at that. I'm gonna
I
be
know,
completely
yeah,
honest.
a joke taken too far.
Yeah.
Um, no, it is. It's insane. It's like I don't really use Facebook like that. I
Mhm.
only go on to see what my mom says and
Right. Hmm.
what her friends are saying.
They're like,
But just
where are the
I
old
went on
ladies?
recently, and it was just like all of our high school friends and
Hmm.
people just so proud. Like
Yeah.
honestly, that means the world. It's just and for me
Yeah.
to be on this journey not alone. I mean, you
Yeah.
have your cast, but it's like nothing like having someone who knows you, who's like
Absolutely.
with
Yeah.
you in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Like
I
that's
know.
some real shit right there. So
It
I'm so
really is.
it's
It's
just
and
cool.
it's bizarre too because you hear about people obviously in the industry who come out of, great institutions, whether it's colleges
Yeah,
or like these private art high schools that are highly focused on the arts, whether it's,
yeah,
TV and film or theater or even going and looking at schools like USC and UNCW where they like hyper focus on directing and camera operating and stuff like that.
yeah,
But we went to a public high school.
yeah. There was
It's yeah, it's not like we had some astounding theater program or television program
yeah,
that we were immersing ourselves in the craft. It
yeah,
was this weird, um, like crazy reality that this is just, and this is kind of like a little bit of the motivational side. It was just like there was a dream and there was a
Hmm.
consistency that you and I had at a young age, and we
Yeah.
knew that it was not going to be a sprint and it was probably going to be a marathon. And we stayed in touch as we both went to opposite coasts.
Yeah.
And here we are, at this point in our lives, doing something that both of us are incredibly super blessed to be doing. But beyond the blessed part of it, it's a lot of super hard work
Yeah.
and a lot of no's and a lot of, falling down and getting back up. I mean, just to kind of touch on it, Jeremy and I, did a small web series
Oh yeah,
together.
web
Was
series.
that 2 years ago? Because we were just like, let's
We were
try to
just,
make
yeah, it's
content.
like,
Yeah,
and I think that's like, I realized that a couple years ago. It's like all
mhm,
about the community of people you have, you
yeah,
know, because you'll
mhm,
you'll have the ups and downs, you'll have the great successes, and
right,
but you, like you said, there is a lot of no's, and
hmm
working in this business. And I remember like you would be sending me these incredible tapes, and you would be getting so close to these jobs, and I would be
yeah,
like, what is the disconnect like? And I have so many
hmm
friends like this, but you specifically, it's like, I I mean, am I crazy? Because the
yeah,
work is there and it's
hmm
consistent. I would see tapes for different projects, and
right,
your range was just incredible.
hmm
But then we were like, okay, I've got a little extra money. Let's like, I was like, can you
yeah,
come to New York? Let's
yeah,
film this web series.
right.
Like, I remember at one point, I'm like doing a scene, you're like holding the mic
I'm
on the
literally like
wall.
this.
Yeah, and it's like,
You
but it was
bouncing
like
right?
some of the most fun I've ever had.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, just
you
running
know,
around the city for what, 4 or 5 days,
four or
and
5 days.
hmm
We like wrote this script in like
yeah,
me, in a couple of weeks, and
hmm
you were so gracious and free around to come
yeah,
and hang and do it, and
hmm
it was cool and it was great, and I don't know, I'm so glad we had that experience, um,
yeah,
to work together. I hope that we get to work together
yeah.
some
I
more.
think it'll happen. I
I
mean,
think
we'll
it will.
put it out to the Netflix gods
Yeah.
if they want
Anybody
to.
listening?
Hello, hooty hoo, hooty hoo.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think. There's a couple more things uh, I wanted to ask you about your journey in Hollywood.
Hmm.
Um,
I wanted
while my
to ask
brain
you a
Ask me
question.
something while my brain is processing at like a dial-up speed.
Yeah. How does it feel with, it's like your show came out, what is it, 3 weeks now?
Yeah.
We're on the third week.
hmm
Wednesday. Tomorrow is three
Yeah.
weeks.
Tomorrow's 3 weeks.
Um, how have you been handling all of the
Mm.
madness of it all? Madness
Um.
and the greatness. I think the madness is,
Yeah.
it's like once your show comes out, it's like you start promoting it. You want people to
Yeah.
see it. It's like navigating Twitter and
hmm
Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat. It's
Yeah.
like all the things that we were
Yeah.
kind of on for, yeah, for fun, but now it's like, let's really
It's a
get the word out. You're
responsibility.
seeing the impact of
hmm
people like latching on. They're discovering you. They're showing up on your page, and you
hmm
want to tell them like, hey, we're on this great show that's number
Yeah.
one. OBX, check it out. So like, how are you
hmm
dealing mentally with all of it?
I think most importantly, as you know, like I'm a big advocate for mental health, and I've dealt with anxiety on traumatic levels for some time now. And for me, it's about having time to really every day take a moment and breathe. So I'm like heavy in the meditation space right now. Like I use Headspace religiously.
Yeah,
Every day I find 30 minutes to just sit. I'll play some music, put my phone down, walk through kind of my emotions so that I feel okay internally. Because my thing is like this is a huge platform,
yeah,
and I'm super fortunate to have a ton of people who have fallen in love with the work that I've done, and now I'm in a position to where I want to connect with all of these people. And if I don't give myself the time of day to come and sort of level out,
yeah,
then I'm not going to give them some authenticity. And it kind of goes back to the work, right? Like
yeah,
if you're not at peace with yourself, or if you're not taking time to really hone in on your conscious on the day that you're working, you're going to feel something off.
yeah,
So on a daily basis, I just know for me, there's certain things that I have to do. So it's meditation, bare minimum 10 minutes.
yeah,
After I meditate, I usually make a cup of coffee. I'll sit around and then I'll start playing music. I'll just kind of put on a playlist of whatever is on my mind at that time. And I'll take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes and I'll just allow my emotions to kind of come. whether it's crying. I mean, I saw somebody earlier joking about me crying for the second time on live in a week. Yes, yes, I'm an emotional guy sometimes. Okay, sue me, sue me,
Sometimes
sue
I
me.
cry. Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes I get water in my eyeballs. What is going on?
yeah, yeah.
But I think with that, it's sort of like it's such a beautiful problem to have. You know, I think as an artist, right? I was talking about this with Drew last night. You look at people like Van Gogh, who spent his entire life shit broke making beautiful work, and then after he passes, he finally gets the validation from the
Mm-hmm.
world that he's so much wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a rare circumstance, especially for you and I, to be leading shows on the world's largest provider of content and to have people not just enjoy the show but really really dig it, right?
Yeah,
Like I've seen the feedback from Hollywood. Like I crept on Twitter last night, you know, and I was looking at people and they're like, dude, I really connect with these characters across the board, right? And
yeah,
the same kind of goes with Outer Banks. Like you
absolutely.
guys have done such a great job, and I can justifiably say this for us on Outer Banks too. Like every character is so nuanced.
Yeah,
Every character has their motive. Every character has their distinct personality traits, and it makes it so easy to connect with each individual person, whether
yeah,
you like them or not.
yeah,
And so when you have all of these things present, right, and you know that you have something that's beautiful and powerful and moving on different levels, um, I just want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself first
absolutely.
and taking the time every day to do that so that I don't give something half-assed to the world.
Yeah.
Because I think you and I, we talked last night, literally. We were
Mm-hmm.
talking about intent
Yeah.
and intention to put out
Intention.
into the world. And if you have the right intention, the right things come to you.
Yeah.
And if my intention is off in the morning, or if I start my day on a foot that is not true to what my intention, which is being present for me
Yeah.
first and foremost, then I can't give anything to the universe. And I don't want to do any of that. Like there's days, granted, as we know, you're going to be at 70%, but I want to be able to give 100% of that 70%,
Yeah.
no matter what that is. So I think those are some of the things for me that I really like I have to do. Like I
Yeah.
know for a
Have
fact
to
if
take
I
care
don't
of
do
yourself.
it, I'm not doing that. But what about you?
Yeah, I
Like
mean, I think
you're
you hit it. It's all about like finding that balance of,
mhm,
just taking care of yourself. And that goes across like just right now in this weird and strange
mhm,
time. I found
mhm.
it like check in on people. It's like a
Yeah.
reminder how easy it is to like
Mhm.
text someone or FaceTime them or call them or just be like, you good?
Absolutely.
Because like I
Yeah.
have good days, I have bad days. I think what
Yeah.
helps me low key is the fact that I know everyone's kind of chilling. It's not like
Hmm.
one of those days where it's like I'm the one that can't get out of bed and everyone's like
Right.
hustling and bustling. It's like we're all trying to
Exactly.
trying to figure out how we navigate in this space. But with
Hmm.
this, the show coming out and wanting, like you said, to be present, it's just about balance and
Hmm.
taking time for yourself. I've done the
Hmm.
same thing of, it's like the meditation, but it's also just like sitting with yourself, feeling what you feel when you feel it and know that it's
Right.
okay. I think
Absolutely.
at the beginning, it's like I've wanted to connect with all of the support and fans and people
Hmm.
that are sending me messages. And it's like, I would get overwhelmed because I'm like, I don't want any one person to not feel like I didn't see or hear them,
Right.
because I feel like that I know that is so important. And I remember
Yes.
those moments when someone recognized me or heard what I was saying, or just
Hmm.
even if it was a heart or a like or something, it was like it meant the world. So
Right.
like you said, that balance of like taking the time to like, I'm gonna deep dive, I'm gonna
Hmm.
do it, I'm gonna try to connect with as many of you as I
Hmm.
can, and then also like not over exhausting myself and burning out.
Right.
So it's a balance, but I think I'm doing better, doing good,
Yeah.
and it's all exciting. It's all a blessing. I think at the end of the day, it's about the work, and I'm so
Hmm.
happy that people can just all over the world go to Netflix and watch some really, really special work that we like
Yeah.
pour our heart
Hmm.
and so much time into, and it takes a
Yeah.
village. It's like, yes, it's the front line, yes, it's your main cast, but it's the
Hmm.
crew, it's the hair, it's the makeup, it's
Yep.
the stunt double. It's like it's the
Hmm.
stunt. It's so many people that
Right.
go into making you know these projects and
Hmm.
making them seamless and flawless and enjoyable for our
Yeah.
viewers. So it's really
Absolutely.
like a celebration, and I'm kind of glad that I'm sitting down or I'm home to just like
Yeah.
enjoy my first and our first. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like we only
Absolutely.
debut
Yeah.
once, and it'll
Hmm.
never feel the same. And while
Absolutely.
we didn't get the big premieres and all the
Hmm.
things, it's still cool to just be able to engage with each other and with the
Right.
fans all over the world, and
Yeah.
like just celebrate this like really cool project that we were so fortunate to work on for
I
both
think
of
it's
us.
super cool. I mean, you kind of touched on it just a second ago, but like premieres and the glitz and glam of kind of what Hollywood presents to you when you get these opportunities
Yeah.
is great. But I think at its core, the ultimate thing is about the connection, right?
Yes.
The connection to the audience, the connection to our castmates, the connection to our cast and crew, right? And now we're sitting in a place to where, in particular, you and I are able to sit down instead of being on a press tour, like perfect example. You know what I mean? You're like, hey, I'm on
Yeah.
a Zoom
Yeah.
call. I'll hit you back in 20
Yeah.
minutes. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. You know, versus like being, you know, across the country somewhere in New York doing, you know, 15 interviews for a couple days. Like I'm able to, you know, reach out to you and know that like you're actually present and you're
Yeah. Yeah.
enjoying the moment. And really, I think like you're saying, it's a blessing in disguise to be stuck at home because
Yeah.
now we're forced to enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Yes.
We're forced to actually engage in, you know, the realization of what is happening in our lives. I think
Yeah.
sometimes you get so bogged down with having to sort of go in so many different directions during this time period that you kind of don't get to actually see the reaction as it's happening. And
Yes.
I'm so glad for you. Obviously, you know, you're what, you came out Friday, so it's day 4 for you
Day
right now.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, so to be on day 4, like this is the week where things start to change, you know, like you
Yeah.
kind of get that first weekend push, but then like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of
What
that
are you
first
saying?
week,
It's like,
yeah, you're going to be watching the world dive into the show. And obviously I've kind of been, you know, creeping through the comments a little bit, and it's like it's really cool to see that the navigation of the platform with Netflix
yeah,
is, you know, forcing people to watch something. And you sent me a picture of both of our faces next to each other today, which was adorable.
I know it's crazy.
But like to have that, you know what I mean? To have
Yeah.
that ability to sit down and actually watch people connect with what you've done, and
Yeah.
not only connect with what you've done, but to be incredibly proud of your work and the people that you've worked with, from,
Yes.
you know, Darren to David to Janet to Ryan to, I mean, you can
Patty
go down
LaPone.
the
It's like
list.
so many
Patty
people.
LaPone, Rob Reiner. I mean, like there's so many people who you got to play pretend with for a living, you know,
Yeah.
and so
I just
to
hope
be
that,
that,
for us both, like if anything, for people that are watching and are going on this journey with us, that it's
mhm,
just like, a beacon of light, or it can just feel like something tangible and
yeah,
inspirational. And it's just the fact that, like, it takes a village. It takes
mhm,
time. You have to be
mhm,
willing to take those no's. But I think we both wanted, to
yeah,
keep working and wanted to see this
absolutely,
for each other, and we
mhm,
supported each other in it. It's like, find your tribe of people that are gonna like
yeah,
be your fan club for you, because you're gonna
mhm,
have bad days and good days, but that are gonna support
yes,
you. Because I
yes,
think that's what makes this moment beautiful. Yes, I'm so happy
mhm,
it's reaching everyone, and it's, but it's like I
mhm,
have you. I have
yeah,
such a friend. I have,
mhm,
and it means like be on this journey together, and to be able to like
yeah,
celebrate this win for us both
mhm,
in the same family, Netflix
yeah,
family. It's a dream. So
yeah,
it's
it
like,
really
don't give
is.
up. Please don't give up. God, it's
Mhm,
like, if you think like we could have easily given up a year and a half ago when we were sending each other tapes and they just weren't hitting.
mhm,
But those jobs weren't for us, and these jobs
yeah,
were. Um,
mhm,
so it's just so cool. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Can't wait to hang. I feel like we should do a hike or something. We can
please,
stay
yeah,
6 feet apart. We can like,
yes, we can
I have
practice social
masks. We can
distancing.
like, or something. You know what I mean? I think at this
Mhm,
point we're still staying home. We're still being safe. We're washing our
yes,
hands. But
mhm,
it would be cool to just kind of like turn the phones off and just like go see some nature right quick.
absolutely, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. I'm super proud of you. I'm super, super pumped that the show has been a smash. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your work. Um, and the fact that, you know, you didn't give up. You know, I think making that jump from what you did is kind of the scariest thing that I can ever imagine. You know, like we've talked about my wants to, you know, scare the shit out of myself and do theater, and it's still kind of a fear, but a want.
Yeah.
And you
And I'm
did
gonna
it.
get you to do it. You're gonna do
Oh,
it.
I
It's
know. Oh,
happening.
I know.
It's
It's
happening.
happening. But for you to, you know, to do this transition and do it at the capacity that you did, and not just do it but excel at it, has been the most heartwarming thing. Because, like you said, it's not that you just want your friends to succeed. It's like you want them to fly. You want them to
Yes.
soar.
Yes.
And to watch you do it 2 weeks after I've been on a euphoric high of meeting all of these people, and, you know, having them watch my show and then have those people transition into going and watching your show has been
Yeah.
like the most epic thing. You know, like I've seen
Yeah.
people send me messages being like, I didn't know you guys knew each other. Like,
I
how did you
know.
hear
The
me? And
OBX fam, the OBX fam is like unreal. Like, they
mhm,
are so real. Like, I've gotten messages from people that are like so
it's
happy for you and Chase. Like, the
mhm,
support is so real, and it like means the world. It's so
yeah,
cool. I'm just glad
yeah,
that we can celebrate this for each other.
and we're gonna keep on keeping on.
We're gonna keep on doing the damn thing. Well, let's hang soon.
Yes, please do.
Safely. We will hang
Yes,
safely.
safely. Bring a mask. Bring your gloves. Watch out for airplanes.
Watch out, you hear
It's
that?
LA.
Uh-oh. I appreciate you taking the time to hang.
Of course, of course. Thanks for
And
doing
thank you
this.
guys. I mean, we didn't.
Yeah.
This is great. This is thrilling.
Yeah. Do you want to answer like 5 questions
Yeah,
real
let's see
quick before you
questions
go to
like
bed?
for
Okay.
the people that are on here. How do
Okay.
we do
Great.
that? You're in control because I don't know how to work this.
I got controls. Uh, um, how are you experiencing quarantine? Are you able to see friends and family?
I'm hanging. A lot of FaceTime, a lot of calls.
Yeah.
My grandma texts me pretty much every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Just, hey, hope you're well. God loves you, which we love that. Thank you, Grandma.
Yes.
She's not on IG Live, so she won't see this.
Oh.
But that's how we're doing.
Screenshot and send it to her.
Yeah.
I think the same. A lot of FaceTime, a lot of Zoom. I had my first birthday party Zoom like a couple weeks ago for one of my cousins, so that was cool.
Okay.
But yeah, just a lot of like staying low key and not really doing
Everything is like high key, low key.
I know, right?
Like, how can we do the most, but like the lowest of keys?
All of the keys, but the
All
lowest and the most. Ooh, here's just a random question. That's fun.
Yes.
Would you rather shave off all your hair or shave your eyebrows off? This is ironic because Maddie just posted a video today of her shaving her eyebrows.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I have some questions. I should text her.
You should be like, are you okay?
Yeah. Is everything all right? What is your answer? You go first on this one.
I would shave my head.
Shave your head.
I feel like I would look like an alien if I shaved my eyebrows. So although aliens are cool and I'm a big fan, I don't want to be one.
Yeah.
So I think I'll shave my head.
Yeah, I probably do the same. I remember one time I went to this barber and like he was like, yo, let me shape up your eyebrows or something. And I was like, all right, whatever. And he did. And I feel like I looked crazy. I did. I don't feel like I know that I looked crazy.
Confirmed.
And it took, I don't know, maybe 16 years for them to grow back. So, and I know my hair grows fast, so I would shave my head.
My hair grows really fast, actually.
Yeah, it does. It's insane.
All right, 2 more. Let's see what I can find.
What y'all thinking?
Ooh, let's just do what are some albums that you're listening to right now?
Favorite album or 2 of all time? Yo,
that's a tough question. Let's just say what are some albums that you're currently listening to?
Okay, right now I am listening to Real Talk. So my first like artist that was like a huge crush. Well, it was Celine Dion because Celine Dion is everything. But the girl I thought I was going to marry was JoJo. Leave right now. JoJo is everything to me, and she just put out a new album. I think like May 1st, last Friday. So I've been vibing with that. I've also been into funk, so like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Shaka Khan became revolutionary again to me last week. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place.
Harry Styles. Epiphany rediscovery.
Yeah, a little recent rediscovery. We talked about Harry Styles. That album is fire. I hate that like all these artists that just put out these albums can't go on tour. So I feel like now it's time for us to just like keep playing the song on Spotify.
Right. Yeah.
What about you?
Support the artist. I think right now I've kind of been all over the place. I mean, I've been listening to, let's see. Fleetwood Mac, Dreams. I think that's an album that just kind of like stays consistent in my arsenal. ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. Anything that they've done, obviously. Mr. Blue Sky. The Rolling Stones have an album that is called, it's one of their recent albums. It's kind of interesting. It's not like their older kind of nostalgic music. And then also Alabama Shakes.
Always Alabama Shakes. Yeah.
And they have actually an album that I like kind of, it's not even like, it's an iTunes session, and they just played sort of like a live-esque version of some of their big hits.
Yeah, their big hits. That's so dope.
And it's popping. And then weirdly, Anderson Paak, Malibu.
Always.
That's another one. A little old school
Old school
Anderson.
Malibu.
So those are kind of my go-tos.
I love that.
All right, Uno Mas. Somebody
Uno!
saw somebody saw Alabama Shakes live. Boom. This is a good one. This is a good way to end it. Go ahead. Go ahead
What
now.
started your career? Okay, order of events. I had to choose between running track in high school, or
Mm-hmm.
auditioning for the school musical. Got in the school musical, changed my life, loved the group of people I met, didn't want the experiences to end, so I moved to New York City at 17,
Mm-hmm.
went to a conservatory program for musical theater and acting, and learned as much as I could and started working. I think what changed my life was I got my first job off Broadway in a play called Choir Boy, written by Terrell McCraney, who also wrote the Oscar award-winning movie Moonlight. And I think from then on, it was game changer. What
Dang.
about you? What started your career? Chase.
Um, when I was also in high school, I didn't do theater. I did television production, and I remember I had filled in for an anchor one time when somebody
Were
was
you on
sick.
the morning news?
Yeah, it was.
You
I
were.
was.
I remember seeing you every morning on the morning news.
Wolf TV,
It's like,
baby.
as an anchor, you did an anchor
Yep.
thing. Oh, I
I
remember.
was uh I was very,
Too much
very
TV. I just,
unamused by it, to be completely honest. I was like, good morning,
come
King
on.
Freak.
I remember. Yeah, a little dull.
Um,
A little
yeah.
dull.
I was usually tired because the thing was is like I was playing hockey competitively at the time. So it was like Monday,
Wow.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday were practice, and then Friday I was on an airplane. Saturday, Sunday were games. I'd fly back Sunday, try to get enough sleep to go to school Monday. So I was like never really present till about 10:30 in the morning at
Yeah.
school because I never slept. And then I don't know if you remember this, but I did this like, which is so ironic because I suck at school, but I did a commercial in high school and it was like a spoof on Harry Potter when I was shocking people with the wands, like make sure you turn in your college applications.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You were pressuring us to
Yeah,
apply for college. Go to college.
exactly. Yeah. And
Yes,
so
I
I was like,
remember that.
Innuendo. And I was like
Yeah,
catching
yeah.
people with fake wands. So we edited it to seem like it was actually, magic and whatnot. And it kind of became this thing where people were saying I was funny. And I was like, I really don't think I'm funny at all. So I appreciate your kind words, but
Yes.
not happening. And then my teacher at the time was like, why don't you think about getting into acting? And then I did a Disney catalog with the Roonies because the youngest Rooney was sick. And
Hmm.
um, and then I made like $300, and I was like, "Whoa, this is a
Yeah,
thing.
there's money here.
There's
Just,
money." Yeah, I was
yeah.
like, "All right, that's a lot of McDonald's."
Yeah.
And so that happened, and then I just kind of started to. I went on IMDb and I started to like learn about the industry.
Mhm.
And then I got a commercial agent in Orlando, did some really crappy commercials. And then I made enough money to where I was like, okay, I need to get in a class. And I got in a class and
Mhm.
did Meisner and all that fun jazz. And then I was like, okay, I know I need to go to LA. So I literally maxed out a Gmail account and messaged every agent at CAA, UTA, WME, ICM, you name it.
Any agency.
And I was like, please help me. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what I'm doing, but maybe you can help. And nobody responded except like two people. And that was my agent for the longest time, and that was really where it got started.
yeah.
But ironically
So
enough,
cool.
I don't know if I've told you this story, but the first job that I ever booked was this this series called, I'm not even going to say it because it's out in the world and
All
it's
right.
not something I want to talk about. But anyways, the casting director was Lisa Fincannon, and she is a fantastic human being. She's based on the East Coast, and she literally got me my start in the industry. Moved to LA, whatever, starved, lived in my car, worked whatever jobs I could to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Full circle moment, she called my agent and told me I needed to audition for the role of John B.
Isn't that insane?
And she's the reason I have the job. Like, she's the casting director who fought for me. She was the one who made the call, who got me the audition, who got me to Charleston, who fought for me, until, obviously I did the work and got the job.
Yeah.
And then it was really cool because in one of the later episodes, and obviously our show's been out for a while, but I can say this because it's cool for the people who have watched the show. When I go to the police station to tell them I know who killed the sheriff, the lady who's at the front desk, that's Lisa Fincannon.
Um, so you
And they
got to
didn't
act.
tell
You
me.
got to
Yeah,
act.
they didn't tell me till the day. Like, I didn't know she was going to be there until that day. And I was in my trailer and I was just like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is too much. Like, this
Yeah.
is too much of a moment. So that was really cool to kind of have
What was her name again?
Lisa Fincannon.
Lisa. Shout out to Lisa. Also, shout out to that teacher that told you should get in acting. Because I also had some teachers in high
Mhm.
school that were like, you should do this. You should take this
Mhm.
seriously. And I like, they are the reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
those people who just
Yeah,
like speak that positivity and like, just it only takes one person. It only takes one teacher. And I think a lot of artists that
absolutely.
I've talked to have that one specific person that like saw so much potential for them.
Right.
When we're kind of like, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then it's, you know, it just gives you like a little bit of fire in that gut, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
You
Oh, oh,
know, are we
is that the
frozen
ring
again?
of death? I think the other thing that is
Back,
cool. Hi.
back.
Um,
I see you. You see me?
Jeremy. Yeah, I see you.
So good.
Jeremy and I both were extras on a TV show, and it was
Oh
called
my
The
God.
In-Betweeners, and it was a very interesting show. But the director was this phenomenal director who just got some fantastic news this week, which is Taika Waititi. So it's cool that,
Yes.
the only
All
thing
right.
that we were able to do in high school in that time period was this MTV show who happened to be this iconic director who has gone on to do some of the best films of our generation. So it's kind of a weird full circle
Crazy,
all
crazy, crazy, crazy.
encompassing experience.
We're in the right place. If anything, it's a reminder that we are in the right place.
The
So
universe is speaking to us. I'm trying to
to
outline this.
me and to you. This has been a
Bada bing.
dream. I'm so glad we could do this.
Yes,
Shout out
yes.
to
Thanks
everyone
for
who's stayed on.
Yeah, thank you
Um,
guys for hanging with us and listening to us ramble and shoot the shit and talk about life, movies, TV,
oh my
hair,
God.
uh,
Air, Cheetos,
eyebrows,
Johnny Rockets, Krispy
Johnny
Kreme, Sour
Rockets,
Patch, in that
Cheez-Its.
order.
Yeah. D all the above. That's how we're gonna phrase it.
Well, let's
All
hang.
right.
We're gonna do a
Well, I
quarantine
love
night.
you. Thank you for doing
I
it.
love you, bro. I love you so much. I'm
Yes,
so
let's
happy and
do it in the
proud of
next
you.
couple of days.
I'll see you
I love
soon.
you too. I'm proud of you. My heart is super warm. I'm gonna text you in 3 seconds
Okay, yeah,
anyway, so
literally, it's now.
I'll see you in three
Just gonna do
seconds.
it. Add on. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.